Ercolani has been writing since she was 10. Her style is deeply personal and deceptively simple. She won the Marshall B. Wood Literary Award in 1993 for her one-act play Ave Maria. Her full-length play Venus Rising was performed as a stage reading at Ensemble and Duo Theater in Manhattan in 1998. In 2011, her short story Discretion, I can't read. Discretion was published as an anthology in the anthology entitled Pieces, Selected Shorts from the East Side Writers Group. She has a copy of that if you want to ask her about it. As a Kindle upload and is available on Amazon. She also received numerous honorable mentions in various writing contests. She is currently working at her bachelor's degree in English at Kent State, lives in Madison, Ohio with her husband Mike, and 3 dogs, 2 pigs, and 8 chickens. She's reading today from the novel in progress entitled No More Malocchio?
Malocchio.
Malocchio. No More Malocchio. That's what she's reading from. It's really good.
Malocchio.
Yes. I'm actually going to take a note from Baron, and this is for you. Because at the beginning, discretion actually begins with a limerick, so. Okay. There once was a girl from Nantucket whose Microsoft mouse up and chucked it. She then got a yen for that very good pen till her muse almost caved and said, fuck it. So she opted instead for a ballpoint whose head had good drag and a soft core was started. And it's a pretty story. When you write a novel, you need to write little episodes so that you can pitch it later. So this is the opening episode, and it's been edited for time, but it starts with a letter. There's Italian words in here. Azia is an aunt. Nona, or grandpa, and grandma. So you know. Okay. Breathe in and relax. R-E-L-A-X. 5 little letters with the grace and humility as to be typed in the lowercase. So relax. Breathe in and count to 10. A loaded little word with more responsibility than 5 little letters ought to be burdened with. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe slowly and relax. Breathe slowly and erase your mind. Feel the muscles of your skull begin to soften. Feel your heart rate slow down. Feel your blood pressure drop. Breathe in deeply. Breathe slowly. Release and relax. Find yourself, your place of sanctuary. In there, inside yourself, you are safe from the world where parents fight and grandmothers complain and homework has to be done. Your eyes get heavy. Digestion takes place. Lymph fluid flows and cleanses the body. Relax. Breathe in and breathe out and find your sanctuary. Quell the anxiety. Stave off shortness of breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Exercise diaphragmatic breathing. Breathe slowly and turn off that concentric vortex of thoughts that are swirling about above your head so ferociously. Let the muscles of your jaw relax. Erase your mind and come into Shavasana and relax. Let your body become heavy and abandon all thought. Breathe in and feel your belly expand. Breathe out and feel your belly get small and relax. Erase the windows of your mind and visualize a blue sky. A blue sky, cloudless and perfect, azure, folded into cerulean like eggs into flower. Relax into pure, unendingly vivid atmosphere expanding out without end As you sit and you breathe and relax, let Zia tell you a story. The story of how you came to be in this world and how you changed my life. Azure into cerulean, into the smell of fresh white paint on the garden gate, and the dahlias and the delphiniums, perfume carried on a hush of wind along the perimeter of the property. Relax. You gave me the impetus to be a better person, Stella. You gave me a reason to lift the curse. Let the sting of urea from the paint tingle your nostrils as you relax and watch the stranger tug at the bit of rope hanging from the right side of the wooden gate. The rope leads to the bell that clangs a good 12 feet high in the air of azure folded into cerulean. Relax and remember that you are bigger than all of this, stronger than any broken marriage, tougher than any of your mother's romances. The gate that smells of urea and is tacky still to the touch encloses the property and a house carved out of the stone of the side of the mountain. And as you relax and let your eyes get heavy, she walks in with you and sees only a perfunctory living space carved out of the stone of the mountain. A family villa typifying the provincial architecture that is the skeleton of each and every one of these mountaintop towns. Erase the windows of your mind and visualize a blue sky, and let Zia tell you a story which I sincerely hope will help to ease your pain. Nona Chiara, your Nona's mother, is relatching the gate as she spits at the dirt and curses the misery of pigs, ushering in the stranger toward the darkness and the scant and ashen black and gray of the stone kitchen's hearth. This is the house where your Nona's father was born. This is where he grew up, and eventually where your Nona spent the summers of her childhood. It is where your Nona lies now, sickly, in an upstairs bedroom. It is for her that the stranger comes. But her mother was a nasty and a foul-tempered woman. It was the war. World War II broke so many people. And unfortunately, your Nona Chiara was one of them. So breathe in and picture Nona Chiara as she mutters a lamentation toward the unwelcome stranger, wiping the dried eggs from her hands onto her apron briskly, turning the skin of her hands bright red, execrating the day she ever thought it wise to marry into this God-forsaken family, and the nerve, the audacity this woman has of coming into her home. For what? Because she knew her mother-in-law? Because she knows of our family's lineage? Ma che disgraziata. What a shame and disgrace. Because she knew her mother-in-law, that woman who was the cause of all her troubles. A dappled fawn appears in the doorway. A dappled, white-tailed fawn. Relax. Because she knew her mother-in-law as both a blessing and a curse, the stranger steps around the plank-board table and draws closer to the 8 stone steps that lead to the girl. Nona Chiara looks at the fawn. What is it doing here? What else, aside from this strange woman and all her secret knowledge and bottles of scented oils, could be responsible for all her troubles? Hadn't that wretched mother-in-law been of the same caste of people? Ma che shame, what a despicable shame. Questa magari, this magus, this sorcerer, what could she want with her child? Take your silly dappled fawn and go and be off with you. Che cosa vuole? Asks Nona Chiara. What do you want? In a tone of reproach. I'm here for the girl, stated the stranger quite flatly. She makes no indication that gaining Nona Chiara's approval is in any way important to her. I knew her mother-in-law, Giancarla. I know what ails the child and how to heal her. The stranger smiles at the fawn in the doorway. Breathe in and relax. Indignant, as is her usual manner of deportment, Nunnakiata nods her head toward the 8 stone steps carved into the stone outer wall. Ashen-faced and stalwart, she leads the stranger up to the room where the child has lay stricken down for the past 6 months. People knew. People still knew. This Magadi lineage is inescapable. Such a shame, such an embarrassment. To be seen by her neighbors letting the Strega Budana into her home. But what choice did she have in the end? The child had not walked in 8 months. Had not walked even as tremulously as the fawn. What choice did she have? She is tight-lipped, her arms folded across her chest in resignation. With no attempt at even the lightest of pleasantries, she steps aside at the top of the stairs and indicates the well-lit room at the top of the stairs to the right. The child lays in a wrought iron bed, limp, almost moribund. Her breathing is forced, and a hoarse rasp is heard as she grapples at the air for each breath. Breathe in and breathe out, says the stranger to the girl. Breathe in, sweet Minerva. There, not child. Breathe in and breathe out. And the sky gleams clear and pristine blue and cerulean, though through the window as a breeze carries itself across the child's bed. The stranger turns her back to the indignant non-believer in a hallway of stone. She has no interest in sharing what she is about to do. Carefully searching through the pockets of her skirt, she retrieves a small pair of finely etched sterling silver sewing scissors. She cuts a lock of hair from the nape of sweet Minerva's sweat-soaked neck and recites the incantation. No light shall die that dwells within. Your spark internal sustains you. On upswept wings, alight the wind, send her west, where the light shall reclaim her. The girl reaches faintly for the stranger's wrist. The heat emanating from the tender tips of her fingers rest against the cool, soft flesh of the stranger's wrist. The fawn, breathes the little girl without opening her eyes. The fawn belongs to her. Take it with you. The stranger nods and agrees. She turns, tucking the lock of hair in her skirt pocket, and brushes past Nunnakiata, flowing down the stone steps to the plankboard table and the cold and lifeless hearth. Nunnakiata is deeply offended. She follows the stranger, both curious and angry. That's it? No lineaments, no teas? Nunnakiata is appalled that the strange woman who she has let into her home has done nothing to aid her ailing daughter. The stranger turns, imparting a thin-lipped, condescending smile upon this dolt of a woman. How often it happens that women of means have no meaningful thoughts in their heads beyond the quality of their curtains. The child shall walk by tomorrow morning. I can let myself out. The stranger makes her way around to the backside of the plankboard table and out to the dirt foyer before the game pole. She looks back into the dank, cold darkness. Relax into the seams of the old Italian stories, Stella. Relax and escape into the tales of the Magadi women harboring secrets. Relax and breathe in and smell the urea of the freshly painted gate. Smell the dahlias and the breeze and the azure folded into cerulean. Relax into Shavasana like you do when you relinquish yourself, laughing at Zia's silly superstitious beliefs. Wild yam extract. Relaxed into the stories of the ancestors and the remedies that nobody knows anymore because your great-great-grandmother died before your Nonna was born. She died during an air raid by the Germans. Breathe in Relax. Enter into parasympathetic mode. Digestion takes place. Lymph fluid flows and cleanses the body. Relax. Dive into pure, unendingly vivid cerulean atmosphere.